Good evening and thanks for joining us. It's always a serious worry when your child has a head injury, and tonight there's troubling new research into how little we know about concussions in kids. It found children with concussions are often sent back to school and sports far too quickly, and that the treatment they get can vary dramatically depending on which doctor and hospital you go to. There's a lot that parents and coaches need to know. Vassy Kapelos breaks it down for us tonight.
Okay, here we go.
The walk into this hospital is one Estelle Berlin and her father are familiar with. They did it often during Estelle's recovery from a concussion she suffered while playing ringette.
Some girl tripped me and I hit my head on the ice, and since I was going full speed, I hit my head against the boards again.
My heart missed a beat, basically. You know, it's a risk, so it can happen. When it does happen, though, it's still a shock.
Estelle's symptoms lasted 4 months, keeping her off the ice and sometimes even out of school.
I had a headache, I was feeling nauseous, and I was dizzy.
Unlike Estelle, many kids can be sent back to school or their sport too quickly and risk re-injury. New Canadian pediatric concussion guidelines aim to prevent that. They outline major differences between concussions in adults and kids. Symptoms in kids, for example, last longer than in adults, and those symptoms can often be emotional. Kids can be irritable or even sad after suffering a concussion. They can also take longer than adults to recover.
The problem is a serious one, and statistics back that up. Here in Ottawa at this children's hospital, last year 900 kids visited the ER because of a concussion. And across Canada, 1 of every 70 children who visits an ER is there because they have a concussion.
Multi-million-dollar lawsuits in the NHL and NFL are making parents, coaches, and even doctors take concussions more seriously.
Doctors are much more recognizing that concussion is much more common, but it still requires that patient to go seek care.
What we did was we used clinical expertise overlaid on the availability of the best evidence to be able to really know what the optimal way of treating kids was.
In many cases, that can mean kids have to totally tune out. No iPad, no iPhone, no TV, and stay away from any physical activity for a month.
Now I'm just trying to get back into my normal routines.
She says it was hard, but Estelle did just that and got back on the ice a few weeks ago. Her advice to other kids: patience pays off.
Just take it slow. You don't want to get another injury.
Vassy Kapelos, Global News, Ottawa.